What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we'll be doing part 2 or video 2 of my new investing in cryptocurrency series, and today I thought it'd be a fitting video to go through 10 interesting facts that you're probably not aware of with Bitcoin. So if that interests you, let's dive right on into today's video. So as I'm completely new to crypto as well, I found it very interesting this morning doing some research and jotting down 10 new facts on crypto that I wasn't aware of at all. And again, I found a lot of these interesting, so I hope you do as well. So let's dive straight into the 10 facts about Bitcoin. So as we have 10 facts to get through for Bitcoin today, we'll go through all of these pretty promptly. And the first fact for Bitcoin is that the original inventor or creator is pretty much anonymous or unknown, and there has been allegations or tips that it is Satoshi Nakamoto. And another interesting fact here as well on the side is that 1 unit of Bitcoin is called Satoshi bytes. So again, it's pretty much kind of ties into the whole story and background of Bitcoin as well, in terms of the privacy and the anonymity as well, which kind of circulates the whole of Bitcoin. Even point 1 and 3 on the same article here, we can see that Coinbase sent Satoshi a copy of their filings to kind of put him back into the spotlight and trying to get some clarity as if he was the creator or original creator of Bitcoin. We can see that there's been many names dropped for Bitcoin here in point 3, but again, none can be proven. Now the second fact, which I found interesting, is that there is a limitation of 21 million Bitcoin. Now we haven't reached that limit yet. There's about 18.5 million Bitcoin mined so far, so there's another room for another 2 or 3 million Bitcoin. But again, unlike shares where you can issue new shares to kind of incentivize investors to invest into your company, there is a market cap or limit on the amount of Bitcoin, which is 21 million. Now it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when it reaches the 21 million cap. It will kind of be interesting to see what will happen. For example, will people start to lose interest? Will the price drive up even more because there is less supply, or there's limited amounts of supply to be mined? Or will there be a new kind of laws or regulations input to be able to mine more Bitcoin? So at the moment, there's a limit of 21 million Bitcoin in existence. And once that's exhausted, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin in terms of being able to mine more. Now, obviously, the price won't kind of completely go to zero because of this. If anything, it could go up further in value. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when Bitcoin reaches this limit of being mined. Fact number 3 is that Bitcoin's all-time high as of now is about $63,000. In fact, it's $63,729.50, which you can see on screen here. Now that has been kind of accredited or attributed as well to the launch of Coinbase, which we'll discuss in part 3 of this series. As I'm sure you're already aware, Bitcoin is very volatile. For example, it's after dropping about just under $20,000 from its all-time highs, and it's currently trading at $46,175 at time of recording. Fact number 4 is the energy consumption, or power consumption, should I say. For example, the entire country that I live in at the moment, Ireland, contributes about 5,000 kilowatts of electricity each year, in comparison to all the Bitcoin farms together have 60 terawatt hours of electricity. Now that's absolutely insane, considering that it kind of has more energy consumption from the whole island of Ireland, which is the second largest populated city in Europe. Fact number 5 is that some countries have actually banned cryptocurrency and Bitcoin entirely, which I actually wasn't kind of aware of, to be honest. Now, these countries, such as Algeria and Bolivia, are two countries that are well known for actually banning crypto completely. Now, we've seen also recently El Salvador has actually started to encourage use of Bitcoin, and they've actually bought 400 coins to government there. So it's very interesting to see the kind of counter claims as such from different countries, in terms of some banning crypto completely and others actually encouraging the use of Bitcoin. Fact number 6 is more of a trivial kind of fact, in the form of pizza was the first transaction for Bitcoin. Now the sickening part of this is that they spent 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 pizzas. Now again, hindsight is great, I know, but at the time it was worth about $40 for those 10,000 Bitcoin. Now, as you can imagine, currently Bitcoin is trading at about $45,000 or $46,000 per coin. So as you can imagine, I don't think the owner or the people that purchased these 2 pizzas are too happy 10 or 11 years later on, now that their investment would have been worth literally tens of thousands of percent more. Fact number 7 is that the largest Bitcoin mining farm in the world is located in China. Now that mightn't come as a big surprise to a lot of people, as the Chinese are kind of really involved with Bitcoin and mining in general. Now, what I did find very interesting is that the other 4 top mining farms in the world actually are not in China or even America for that matter. They're kind of spread across Europe in the form of, let's say, Holland, Switzerland, etc. Something that I definitely was not expecting. Fact number 8 is a fact that probably most people don't want to hear, and that just like any other investment such as shares or ETFs or even property, etc., crypto is taxable and it does follow the exact same rules. For example, here in Ireland, we have a tax exemption of about €1,270 annually. However, if we do, let's say, make an additional amount over that in crypto and sell it, we will be liable for taxes of 33%, just like any other investment within Ireland. Another interesting fact at number 9 is that the FBI owns one of the largest Bitcoin wallets globally. Now, again, this is mainly due to when they had to crack down on Silk Road, which was a kind of, let's say, a dark website for buying and selling a lot of illegal activity and items. So once they did take over that, now this article is about 4 years old, and at that time it was worth about 120 million. Now, as you can imagine, Bitcoin has skyrocketed since then, and it does kind of year on year. So you can imagine how much of this overall Bitcoin allowance is actually allocated to the FBI at this moment in time, mainly due to that crime case. For example, we can see how much of an impact Silk Road had on Bitcoin. In the 7-year period, over $1 billion changed hands, which is absolutely phenomenal considering the kind of illegal activity at play here. And it's very interesting to kind of delve into the kind of deep dark web in terms of this illegal activity. But again, as I said, the FBI have kind of recovered a lot of this Bitcoin and are now one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world. Now, the 10th and final fact for Bitcoin is pretty much a trivial kind of fact and won't make you money at all. Again, it's pretty much useless in that regard. However, it is interesting nonetheless, and that was blockchain in space. Now, it's very interesting to see that about 4 years back was the first Bitcoin transaction in orbit. Again, a pretty much useless fact in terms of making money. However, it's interesting nonetheless. So with all that being said, that's pretty much the end of today's video. I just wanted to give an update on 10 facts for Bitcoin as we kind of introduce this new series of investing in cryptocurrency. Now, as you know, this was part 2 of the series, so I thought it was a fitting video just to kind of come to terms with some of the key facts for Bitcoin. Again, just before we start to open our new broker in Coinbase, that will be the 3rd part of this series, which I'll probably make tomorrow or Sunday, so make sure to tune in for that. And again, we kind of kick on from there then in terms of looking at the different coins and investing in accordingly. So thanks very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video.